Hello there, welcome back to training. Tim Warner here, and I'm going to teach you how to use multi-cursor editing in Visual Studio Code. I've been a professional writer for a long time, and I have a lot of built-up muscle memory in MS Word in particular. If I need to do alignments, where I need to do things on multiple lines, like as you can see in this class schedule I made, this fictional class schedule, I've got extra spaces that I want to get rid of, and I'm accustomed to coming in here, and I'm pretty fast just using the arrow key with delete and that kind of stuff. But I want to teach you a really cool technique. Now, the keybinds I'm using are on Windows. Excuse me. If you're on Mac OS or Linux, just hit up the docs for this. But Alt is the key. And frankly, after I finished this, it just occurred to me as I was setting up this recording. I don't like Alt as the default keybind because it actually produces cognitive drag. I tend to want to Ctrl+Click. Let me show you what I mean. I want to select multiple lines to get rid of extra space. Watch this. If I do Alt-clicking, I can be really surgical. You see that? And not only can I do that in one spot, as you can see, I can do adds or subtracts, but I can do it in multiple. Again, Alt-click. I can go Alt-click, boom, boom. I'm holding down Alt and I'm clicking, and I can be really surgical and work throughout my whole document if I want to. And now I can get rid of those extra spaces, and Bob's your uncle. Okay. Now, another thing I want you to see about Alt-clicking is that it doesn't have to be on every line or every place. Notice here that, see, I was hitting Control. That's what I meant by cognitive friction. I can be very selective and go anywhere in the document and arbitrarily place my cursor. And again, that can be good for extractions, but it also can be used for additions. You know what I mean? Let me step out of there. So what if we wanted to get rid of some spaces here and make a new column? I might do, let me try something different. I'm going to do Control-Alt. Watch this. As long as your selection is straight vertical, you can do Control-Alt with your keyboard, and you can place multiple cursors, rather, by doing arrow up and arrow down. Now, that's part A for everybody. I'll just say part, and then hit escape to come back to my original cursor position. You see the point? Let me switch over to this sample.js file to show you some other multi-cursor techniques. Besides Alt-clicking or Alt-Control-clicking when you're using just the keyboard within a single plane, what if we wanted to operate on multiple tokens simultaneously? As soon as I click an apple, notice that we get a match. You can actually place your cursor in those matches in a single code file. I'll place my cursor in the first occurrence of apple and Ctrl+D. I'll do that twice. And notice now that I've got the cursor flashing on all instances in the document that match that string. And I can use my left and right arrows to make that change. Similarly, I can come down to the second apple, price, Ctrl+D a couple times, and I can update that. Hit escape, and I'm back. Now, you might think, well, Tim, what about Ctrl+F, which is a powerful find in file, or Ctrl+H, which I use a lot. That's a global find and replace within the file, and it includes the ability to use regular expressions, which would be another lesson for another time. There's also workspace level search and replace available over here on the VS Code sidebar. Well, they're kind of the same in as much as you just saw with Ctrl+D, we can do a more global find and update. But the multi-cursor, I find, is much more surgical. It's much more tactical. Let's look at another example. Here on lines 11 through 13, let's say we wanted to add name to each of these tokens. We can come to the first one. Again, I could use Alt-click here pretty easily to place my cursor 3 times, add name, and we're good to go. Let me show you something even more powerful. I'd mentioned the Ctrl+D to look for all instances of a string. If you do Ctrl+Shift+L, it'll do a global select instead of just one at a time. Ctrl+D is one at a time. Ctrl+Shift+L is everything. And now we can replace that. We could do whatever it is that we want. Very powerful. There's also a keybind that allows you to do that throughout the whole workspace, but I haven't worried about that too much. I haven't used that one. On line 29, we've got a list. If we wanted to quickly add a prefix here, I'd probably use the Alt+Click technique, where I'll Alt-click in front of each of these values. Take care of that. Nice. And if we wanted to line these up a little bit better, we might again want to do an Alt-Click technique with adding spaces or tabs. Let me try that again. And then we could do the same thing with city. And then do the same thing with the city name. A little bit of fix-up, manual fix-up is necessary, but not too bad. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down here? Well, let's finish out this demo with exactly what I showed you. You know how I was fumbling with the Alt-Click because my brain is geared to use Control as a modifier key? As it happens, must be a lot of VS Code users feel that way. That was intentional, by the way. Although the cognitive drag that you were seeing was legit. We can bring up the command palette and watch this. Toggle multi-cursor modifier. That's the command that we want in the command palette. And that will use Control rather than Alt. And let me test that right now. Control, Control, that's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. So once again, that's command palette, toggle multi-cursor modifier. Rock and roll. That's cooking with gas. And this is again showing the extreme versatility. Yeah, that's the ticket of VS Code. A few years ago, maybe more than a few years ago now, I was a Sublime Text fanatic, and I really resisted, and Notepad++, and I resisted coming over to VS Code. Also, I was a PowerShell ISE scripter, and I really liked that environment, and I resisted, like a lot of developers and DevOps people. But now there's no looking back. I am just an avowed VS Code fanboy. It's as simple as that. I hope you found this lesson on multi-cursor editing helpful as usual. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.